Good morning, everyone. It is 6 a.m. We are heading down to the lobby to catch our transfer to El Chaltén. We're gonna hike Laguna de Los Tres today. It's gonna be a long day. We just had to eat breakfast in our room. We're gonna live it off lunch and snack until 9:30 p.m. So definitely gonna be an adventure.
What is up, guys? We made it.
Yes. Can we get 2 orders of toast and 1 scrambled eggs well done? Okay. Yeah. I'll just drink water. Yeah.
Update, guys. Before I was rudely interrupted. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. We made it down here, though. We're about to start this hike. We just got our sheet. Oh, Caitlin's using hers, so I will use mine. We are going to hike from here up this mountain, 1 hour, 4 kilometers high. Probably take some pictures or something here. So 1 more hour up, so 8 kilometers, and then we're gonna, this is the hardest part right here of the entire trek, or entire hike, 10 kilometers. So eventually we're gonna come back down. We meet back out here at 6 o'clock with our driver. His name is Fabricio. So Fabricio, if you ever see this video, you are a very smooth driver, because I was knocked out the entire trip.
We have 9 hours to accomplish it.
We have 9 hours, Caitlin said, to accomplish it. We have our sticks. Caitlin has her stick on her other side. This is gonna be fun. Much more challenging than yesterday, and it's very windy again.
It's much colder than yesterday so far.
Yeah, the sun's not hitting us. We're like in the middle of 2 mountains right now, so the sun is just not touching us. Caitlin, do you have any final words before our ascent?
I'm a little nervous. Neither of us are really hikers. And this is a pretty long hike, but I think we'll do great. A lot of people do it. So let's go. Really windy though. My beanie is about to fall off. Bendero al Fitzroy. Oh, guys, I gotta take some layers off. I'm sweating.
Caitlin did take some layers off already, so this is layer off number 2. Question time while on the mountain. Do you guys got any funny nicknames? Did y'all have any funny nicknames growing up? I have a couple family nicknames. One of them is Mitter. I will not explain what that is right now. I've gone by AG since I was in 10th grade. So, yeah, that's when that started.
Yeah.
Go Bengals, who that? And yeah, I think those are really like the only nicknames I really have. Some people call me Big Al.
Well, can you tell them that Alan is actually a nickname?
That's true. Alan is really a nickname, I guess. It's my middle name. I don't go by my first name. My first name is not going to be told right now, but yeah, I just never went by my first name at all. Caitlin has a couple nicknames, but we won't get into those.
I don't really go by a nickname.
She doesn't really go by them. I call her Kate Bait sometimes. Sometimes I just call her Kate. If you guys have any funny nicknames, or if you grew up and you have a bunch, like 3 or 4, put them in the comments below and let's have a chat. I want to talk to you guys about your nicknames.
I am down to very few layers. My book bag is going to be a little stuffed, but I feel much better. Let's go.
We made it to our first lookout. This looks fake. It literally looks fake. This is, look at Caitlin in comparison to the background.
Tell us how you're enjoying this experience so far.
This experience is insane. Right now it's probably the best time to talk because there is no mic attached, but the wind has ceased. So this is a really, really crazy hike right now, honestly. The scenes are insane. Like Caitlin said, every single viewpoint has been picturesque. So yeah, I would say right now this is top of the line. Guys, we made it to 8 kilometers. This is the campsite. There's lots of tents out here. We are running into some issues with the wind at 8 kilometers, or on the way to 8 kilometers. The wind was insane. But we stopped and talked to some other people, and they said that on the way from 8 to 10, it's even crazier. And when you get to the summit, the very top, it is insane. They said you have to like hide behind a rock and just to get one picture. So I'm not sure if the camera will come out. If it does, then it does. You guys will obviously be able to see that. But so far, it's been a really not like super trying hike. I think the first we talked the first 2 or 3 kilometers were definitely the hardest when you're climbing up, because you have to get to a certain elevation before it gets level on the mountain. So those first 3 kilometers pretty tough. But other than that, and missing a couple signs here and there, and hoping that we found the right path, we've been doing pretty well. Now we're about to eat lunch. It's kind of going to be the same lunch from yesterday that we had on our glacier trek. I'm going to eat 2 sandwiches, maybe 3. And Caitlin has her bread, apple, banana combo that she's doing, her sunflower seeds. So Ritz crackers. I might also steal a couple of those just to get some salt in me. And then we're going to drink our huge liter of water.
1 liter per person is definitely sufficient. Like it's not hot, so like you drink water when you're out of breath, but it's not like you're sweating a ton and need to rehydrate. So it's really just heavy on our backs at this point.
You guys see this? We're joined by a friend for lunch. Never seen this species of bird. If you guys know what this is, please put it in the comments below.
Alright guys, we are about to finish up the last 2 kilometers to the summit. As Alan mentioned, it's going to be really windy and really difficult, so we will try to film, but if we can't, we will try to put some photos up in the corner. But wish us luck.
Reading a week. We have one hour left. Good physical conditions required. Unstable terrain. Use proper shoes, like such. Avoid with wind, rain, snow, or ice. From this place, calculate the time to return with daylight. That's our altitude gain that we're about to take. This is our last kilometer.
Wish us luck. Hopefully we make it.
It's taken us about 4 hours to get up to this point. But I think we could go down. Oh, are you filming me? Hey guys, just tightening my shoes for this uneven terrain, which I am not properly dressed for.
It says wear proper shoes.
Alright guys, we're about a third up the last kilometer, and as you can see, we have a long way to go, uphill battle.
You guys see how windy it is up here.
It's crazy. It literally will not be traveled.
Well, you guys just missed a windstorm.
Literally, that is the strongest one I've ever felt in my life.
We were getting pelted with rocks. Every single person's head was turned that way, trying to get away. Jeez Louise.
We should get some pictures though while it's calm right now.
We should.
Here, you go first.
Alright, we are where we are on the top of this mountain, and we're about to head down to get even closer to this beautiful water that's out here. Look at how blue it is. Snag a couple pictures down there, maybe get a thumbnail. We'll see what happens.
Guys, I have some honest opinions about this hike that I will share later, but this is incredible.
This is our friend Connor. What's up? We met Connor on the hike about at the 9 kilometer mark.
Yeah, right.
We met him and his parents. They're some freaking great people. They're from Chicago, and yeah, now Connor's about to try to jump in the freaking blue water. He says he's gonna swim in it.
Swim is a strong word, but I will get in.
Go get him, Tiger. We love you.
He went under.
He is sadistic.
Everybody's like, what's happening?
These are Connor's parents, and They're used to him doing crazy things.
Yeah, we already did it.
We just got back to our hotel room from our Laguna de Los Tres hike in El Chaltén, Argentina. We got back around 9 p.m. We left at 6 a.m. this morning, so definitely a really long day. We just wanted to share some tips and highlights from the day. So the first tip, earlier in the video, we said that 1 liter would probably be sufficient for water. I definitely think 2 liters is safer. We did end up going through 2-liter bottles, so would recommend 2 liters per person based on the length and the difficulty of the hike. Which brings me to the fact that this was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I am not a hiker, and I've really only done a couple of hikes in my life that really don't even compare to this in terms of length and altitude. But this one is about 10 kilometers up and 10 kilometers down. And my personal opinion is that some of those kilometers are actually longer than a kilometer, but maybe that's just me. But the last kilometer is really, really difficult, and they will tell you that, but you are essentially climbing up rocks for a long time, and not necessarily on your hands and knees, but the terrain is just not even. It's really windy, really, really windy, and it's just kind of hard to get your bearings with all these people around you. There was a lot of people there, but I wouldn't say it was overcrowded by any means, but it was just really difficult. And it took us way longer than anticipated. It took us about 76 minutes to get from the beginning of the last kilometer to the top of it. And then of course we spent time there taking pictures, but then it took at least another hour to get down. So that part took a really long time, and we were supposed to be back with our tour company by 6 p.m. and we didn't finish coming down the last kilometer until after 4 p.m. So we had like an hour and 45 minutes to get 9 kilometers, which we did not accomplish. So we got back to the bus around 6:40 p.m. We felt really bad about being late, but the other passenger, there was only 3 of us on the tour, did end up screaming at us in a language that was not English or Spanish. So that was really awkward because then we had to ride 2 hours on the bus with him. And one other thing we wanted to mention, we paid a decent amount for this tour. I think it was $327 to be exact for the both of us to basically get a transfer to El Chaltén and then get a walking stick and a map. They did not come with us on the hike, so it's kind of a lot considering what we got. I did look at the bus schedules, and there's not really a way to do a day trip based on the timing of the buses unless you're a really fast hiker. But honestly, it's probably less expensive and just easier on your body, and you're able to take more time if you do take a bus to El Chaltén and spend 1 night there. We're staying in El Calafate, but if you do have the time, I think it would definitely be worth it. So that sums up our time in El Calafate and the Patagonian region of Argentina. Tomorrow we are headed to Santiago, but have a long layover in Buenos Aires, so we're planning to see a couple of city sites there. So we will see you in Buenos Aires.